Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. On our last episode we were dashing around, finding a bunch of stuff in trees, getting some secrets, and we'll be doing more of the same in this episode, but we'll also end up going to the Desert Palace to get the second pendant. If we dash into this tree by the sanctuary, we can get some apples. Apples basically function like hearts. They refill one life, but can't grab them with the boomerang. So, alrighty, here we're back in Kariko Village. We can do some dashing around here. This tree gives us a fairy. And this is really hard to do, but another function of the good bee is if we let the good bee out, kind of get good results here by the corner, and if it goes by the merchant here, he'll buy it off us for 100 rupees. So, hey, that's pretty nice. So, and you can pick up the gold bee as much as you want. This guy was really fast, but now that we have the dash boots, we can dash into him. I can't believe you caught me. With your speed, it must have been easy to kidnap Zelda. You don't look like such a bad guy, though. Anyway, because you have such quick feet, it might be a good idea to run and bash into many things. For example, the trees in this village have many useful things hiding in the branches. And we got a 5 ruby here. And that's, I guess, your clue on how you can get the Book of Medoro here in the library. I guess it's the Wibbly Library. Wibbly was a Marty Mouse house rat who liked to read books, so his brother President Fib declared all libraries named after him. So, and here's the Book of Medoro, and with it we can read those weird inscriptions that we've been seeing around on some pedestals. It gives some lore, and it allows us to enter the Desert Palace, but we're not gonna enter it yet, so. And did you meet the grandpa? If all the bad people go away, he can return to the village. So, yeah, after we meet Sir Asala over there by the Eastern Palace, that kid changes his dialogue. So, alrighty, let's see if we can get a new fortune here from the fortune teller. We can bash that block, and we can always get bombs from that thing. So if you need to get some bombs, just dash into those blocks and you get one bomb. You will find a mushroom lover at the magic shop. So that's why we didn't pick up the mushroom earlier. But now we can go to the Lost Woods and grab that mushroom. And there's a few things that we can dash into in the Lost Woods, so. Drink. Head over back this way. That path in the middle there, that takes you to the Lost Woods too, but we can't go up there right now. There's some posts blocking the way. You can't, you need a hammer to get past those posts, and there's also a block, a rock that we can't lift yet, so. There's some more apples. And now let's head into the Lost Woods. So. Now, if we head down this way, this is the middle path. There's those posts down there that you can't get past, but if we run into that tree, you get a large magic decanter, which refills your magic meter entirely, so. Those are kind of rare. We've got a rare fairy there underneath the bush. It's also kind of rare to happen. Now, if this thief hits us, we may drop some arrows and bombs, but. Well, we got that book now. We can show what the Book of Medoro does. Basically like a translation. The hero's triumph on Cataclysm's ease wins 3 symbols of virtue. The Master Sword he then will retrieve, keeping the Knight's line true. So it looks like it's like the sword and the stone. We're gonna have to get all the pendants to be able to lift it out, so. And now we got the mushroom. It smells like sweet rotten fruit, so. Remember that lady at the witch's shop? She said, hey, she needs it to finish her brew. If we pull on that tree, hey, we get some rupees. And now we'll just head up this way. Ow. Got zapped there. Blink. Alright, now we're back here to where the lumberjacks were. There's some trees around here we can dash into. Alright. Take out those birds. Dash into this one. Oh, we got a bunch of bees. we can catch the bees just like we did with the good bee, but they don't stick around as long as the good bees, so no use. But yeah, we can catch them, but there we go. We have a bee now, so maybe we'll use them later. Here's another pile of rocks. That one pile gave us bombs. This one, if we bash into it, we can get a piece of heart. And it's really good to get this piece of heart because now we have 3 pieces of heart. And later on, we do the Desert Palace. About halfway through the Desert Palace, we'll have the opportunity to get a 4th piece of heart. So whenever you get a full heart container, or the 4th piece of heart, your life refills. So it's basically a free refill in the middle of the dungeon. So it's always good to approach the Desert Palace with 3 hearts there. Dash into this tree, we get a 5 rupee. There was a tree before that we dashed into that we got a fairy out of. And there's one more tree to dash into here. This one, and it gives a green bomb. So remember, you don't want to touch the green bomb because they'll explode. So, alrighty. Let's, I guess we can head over to the witch. And we can give her this mushroom. So, we'll be coming back to the witch's place later, so might as well give her the mushroom now, so that when we do return back to her later, we can get the item that she makes from the mushroom. And that item will be the magic powder. That's that item I talked about in the last episode, and 2 episodes ago in the Eastern Palace, when I mentioned that you can use it to hit the anti-fairies. Smell of rotten fruit. If you give me that mushroom, I can finish my brew. Thank you, young man. Come back to the shop later for something good. Alright. And we'll come back later, like I said. We're gonna come back here later, because we want to head to the source of the river there. Remember what the townsman said? There's, the man in the inn said that there's a lovely lady at the waterfall that we should meet, and then the man in the overgrown yard said Zor has an item there that can turn people into fish. So, head on back that way. Remember, if you need a fairy, you can dash into this, I guess, what's it, pillar, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, we'll head over here. The item that we'll be getting in the Desert Palace is the Power Glove. Finally be able to lift up some of these rocks. If we had the Power Glove, we can lift up those rocks on those bugs there underneath the rock, and they would run around like the bush bugs, run around dropping rupees until eventually they disappear and become a rupee themselves. So. Alright, now with the Book of Mador, we'll be able to read the inscription on this little pillar here. And we get this little cutscene. And these little things, barriers, move around and give us access to the Desert Palace. So, I wonder what Felfel wished for there. So, I guess no matter what he wished for, the only thing that can really grant wishes is the Triforce. And the only way he's gonna get to the Triforce is with the Master Sword, so I guess theoretically it's granting his wish because it's allowing him to get the second pendant. So now that we have the boots, they're gonna Felfel decides, Sarasla, you must never fail to find all the treasures in the dungeon. But yeah, now that we have the boots and we can dash into things and knock things off platforms, that's going to be a new puzzle that they're going to put into some dungeons. So, like the Eastern Palace, this is a 2-floor palace. It's more open than the Eastern Palace. It's not too difficult. There's a few more dead-end rooms in this one. And the interesting thing is there are multiple entrances. There are 4 entrances. Well, really, I guess there's only 3 entrances because the one entrance is more just straight exit, because you can't reach it. The only way you can reach it is when you exit, so. Here's a dead end room we don't have to go into, but like I said, I'm doing 100% completion, filling out all the maps, so. We've got these levers. The purple ones will appear underneath you when they go underground, and the green ones will kind of just reappear where they go underground, so. And here's one of the exits. So if you want to leave the dungeon, you can just jump down there, but we don't want to exit the dungeon. I guess that's not really an entrance, because like I said, you can't really enter that way. It's too high up. These little plant monsters, they tend to drop a lot of rupees. So, if you're down on rupees, but we have plenty of rupees. But after this dungeon, we want to have at least 500 rupees, so we're well over that goal. So, get the master key, and now we can get the big item in this dungeon. That's going to be on the far western side of the dungeon. So we'll just head up to this area here, and then we can sprint all the way across this big long passageway. And we're going to head into that room to the left that we avoided earlier. And we're going to have to find a hidden switch under that pot there, and we'll get the rest of the pots later. On our way out. And we get the Power Glove. And now with the Power Glove, we can lift gray-colored stones. Remember, it doesn't matter the size of the stone, but the color. So, we can lift gray stones, even if they're really, really big. But we can't lift the black, tiny stones. So, it's all about color, not the size. So, alrighty. And that room that locked up there, if we push this block on the left here, that gives us entrance to the fairy room. Like I said in the last episode, when I went to the Eastern Palace, that each of the first 3 dungeons, the pendant dungeons, have a room with fairies in, so you can refill your life. Speaking of refilling life, since we have 3 pieces of heart, if we get that 4th one right there, we get a life refill. And with the Power Glove, we can now enter the back half of this dungeon, which will take us to the 2nd floor and the boss. So here's an annoying room. Luckily, we don't have to stay in it, but in some future dungeons, we will have to go through these rooms. Basically, what happens is, say about like half the tiles in the dungeon, in that specific room, will come to life and fly at you, and you just have to wait them out. So it can be kind of annoying. You can hit it with your sword, you can hit it with your boomerang. Later on, we'll get an item that basically grants you invincibility frames, the hook shot. And that's pretty good for dealing with those rooms, because the hook shot, if it hits those tiles, the flying tiles, it destroys them. And if you get hit by a flying tile while the hook shot is extended, they don't have a hit animation for when you have the hook shot out. So you basically get invincibility frames. So that's really important. I mentioned it in some other games. There's a Zelda classic, which is kind of like a fan-made Zelda maker, like Mario Maker. And in one of the quests, Ganon has like a beam that will basically like destroy you, and he goes across the screen and shooting it at you. And the only way to survive it is you shoot the hook shot, and then the beam passes through you. So another puzzle that they explain how to beat this puzzle in a future dungeon. Which is really weird. They don't do it right then and there. But yeah, you have to light the 4 torches, and that opens the way forward. A hint book came with a manual that told you that. So here we have the boss, the mold worms here, and there's 3 of them. They jump out. 2 hits with the ice rod takes care of them. So. Yeah, when Sarasla said that it's really helpful, this item, yeah, it's good for defeating these bosses. Now, when there's 3 of them, when there's more than one, when they come out of the ground, they're gonna shoot like rocks out in 4 different directions: northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. However, when there's only 1 remaining, when they pop out, to make it a little bit harder, there's going to be, they're going to shoot rocks out in 8 directions. So it's going to add the cardinal directions: north, east, south, and west, in addition to the northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest directions. So it just makes it a little bit harder to dodge. So now we have the power glove, and we can put it to use here. Try to avoid those cactuses. Yeah, if you run over those blocks, you'll avoid the explosion. But now this is the reason that some people don't necessarily go to Lake Hylia at first to get the ice rod, because now we can lift the rocks and we can go back over there and get some extra treasure. Remember, there was that one rock we couldn't lift. Now we can lift it with the power glove. And this guy tells us to go over there. So check out the cave east of Lake Hylia. Strange and wonderful things live in it. And that's what we'll do in our next episode. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.